San Diego FC hit their first bump and first real bump of the season, and it's starting to look like more than just a bump. 3-0 loss to the San Jose Earthquake, and honestly, it wasn't even that close. 3 first half goals, a red card, and a game that was basically over before halftime. But here's the crazy part. San Diego actually had more possession and completed nearly 200 more passes than the San Jose Earthquake. So what's the problem? Simple. Mistakes and discipline. This team now has 5 red cards in their last 5 matches. That's not getting bad luck. That's starting to be a pattern. They're controlling games, but they're not controlling moments. And in soccer, that's everything. The talent is there for San Diego FC. The system is there. But if San Diego FC wants to be a real contender, they have to clean this up fast, because right now they're not losing because they're outmatched. They're losing because they're beating themselves. There's some of the biggest takeaways from San Diego FC from over the weekend. And the things have officially taken a turn for SDFC. And unfortunately, not in the best of lights. For the first time this 2026 MLS season, San Diego lost, and it wasn't even that particularly close. 3-0 defeat to the San Jose Earthquake snapped their unbeaten start and exposed some growing concerns. San Jose struck early and often. Nico Sakiris scored in the 13th minute off a turnover. They added a second from a penalty spot after a red card on Mono Dua, and Preston Judd made it 3-0 just before halftime. That was pretty much all she wrote on Saturday over the weekend, Frank.
Yeah, and what makes this loss even more frustrating is that San Diego actually controlled the game. If you look at it on paper, 56% possession, great. That's in line with what San Diego FC does. 547 passes completed compared to San Jose's 370. That's normal for San Diego FC, and none of it mattered. It was the classic case of possession without purpose, controlling the ball, but making costly mistakes in dangerous areas. And at this level, it may not be some of the top flight European leagues, but mistakes are mistakes, and they are going to get punished no matter what level you're at.
There's not a lot of times, Frank, where 56% of the possession you lose when you have 547
Right.
passes completed to San Jose's 370. I mean, those are some pretty crazy stats in a 3-0 game that does not favor you. The bigger issue, though, is discipline and defense. I mean, this is where the conversation really starts. San Diego FC has now 5 red cards in their last 5 matches across all competition, 3 straight MLS matches without a win, and multiple games giving up early or late goals. We're not seeing bad luck right now. This is starting to be a pattern. And for a team that wants to be a contender, discipline is becoming a very serious issue for a very young back line.
Yeah, and we saw this team last year. New coach, new system, the way he implemented it, a complete clean slate. Now you're going into this season with mostly the same players, same coach, same system, and you're getting 2 completely different results out of this. And the discipline for me is the one that's the most concerning. 5 red cards in your last 5 matches. That ain't good, because now you're going to lose Manu Dua for this next upcoming match, because with a red card comes a suspension for the next match. That is not good. You have to have these guys here. We did not see this as a big problem for San Diego FC last year. And a lot of the guys that we're seeing now play on that back line were here last year. They know this system. They know what is expected out of them, and they know what Mikey Varas is trying to get across. And it's just completely unraveled on them for whatever reason.
This was the youngest defensive lineup in MLS history with an average age under 20, which is exciting long-term. But right now, it is definitely showing with a lot of the mistakes that San Diego FC is making, on top of the fact that, again, the red cards are inexcusable. 5 red cards in 5 games and losing players in all of these games is absolutely unacceptable for a team that's expected to be contending and a team that's expected to be one of the best in the MLS. I mean, a few weeks ago, we were talking about San Diego FC as a feel-good expansion story. Year 2, look, we are doing everything that we did in year 1. Look how great we are. We were able to beat Toluca. We were able to beat Pumas Unum at home, and we're advancing in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, and we're kicking everybody's ass in the MLS. And right now, well, they're definitely getting a little bit more tested. This stretch is revealing who they really are. Talented, yes. Dangerous going forward, yes. But inconsistent, undisciplined, and still learning how to win.
And you got what you wanted. You got a break. They're coming off an international break here, and the problems did not change. They didn't look any different from what they did going into the international break, coming out of it. So that is probably the most confusing part. And their next test at home is not going to get any easier. It's one of the top flight opponents in the Western Conference coming into Snapdragon Stadium, bless you, in this weekend against in Minnesota United. This is not going to be an easy match for them by any means.
No, it's not. And that's exactly where we're going to end this. San Diego, as Frank said, San Diego FC returns home to face Minnesota United FC at Snapdragon Stadium. Feels like kind of a reset match for them. Can they stay disciplined? Can they finish chances? And can they actually close out a result? Because right now, it's the next step for this team.